Hi, I'm Selena Bolton of Seed.Partners. I'm at an event, it's the end of November, and that I've been networking with entrepreneurs and asking them what is their top tip for SMEs to make the most of 2020.
Position yourself as a key person of influence in your industry. We live in a world where technology is built to leverage personal brands. It's called social media. The more you build yourself as a key person of influence, the more you attract talent, the more you attract opportunities, the faster you get things done, and the more you can leverage technology.
I think my top tip for SMEs in 2020 is about staying visible. The best way to stay visible or get visible is using video. They sort of dabble with video, but you certainly need to get a consistent video strategy in place if you want to be successful in the 2020s.
If you haven't got a goal in place, you don't actually know where you're going, you'll never get there. So what is the place you want to go to? What's your big aspiration? And then have a plan to get there.
Get real clarity on your niche, that one thing that you are the absolute best at, that the thing that you really love, that people really need, and to focus in on that. The busier the internet gets, the more that we need to really stand out, and people want specialists rather than generalists.
Customers, consumers, any audiences are becoming more and more skeptical of brands as they communicate on a mass scale. The way to combat that is to really take time to understand your consumer, understand your audience, understand your customer, and more effectively communicate based on how they think, how they feel, and what they do, and use that as triggers and points to frame your communications, which ultimately will lead to more engagement, more sales, more growth, more brand love, with people wanting to communicate with you back and wanting to engage with you.
Cash is always king, but 2020, still major upheaval, Brexit, etc, etc, etc. Look after the cash. So many SMEs I meet are not aware of their current cash flow, needs and capacity, so cash is my tip.
Top tip for 2020, look after your people. It's really simple in this current world that we live in, which is volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous. If you do not look after your people, you're creating a recipe for disaster.
To sell futures, not features, as every single market has the barriers to entry reduced and more people are entering all industries. We're going to have to move away from feature-based selling and into value-based selling, and the easiest way to do that, to increase your prices, increase your conversion rates, is to focus on the future that your customer is going to experience and have after working with you, as opposed to telling them what you get.
I think SMEs need to start paying more attention to the digital transformation, because our world is moving from an analog world to a digital world on almost every aspect of our lives. Be prepared for the next 10 years, because everything's going to be digital.
Don't be afraid to go on video, and don't be afraid to make yourself look like a fool on video, because people like authenticity and they like real people, not pre-managed videos that are perfect.
My top tip is that environment dictates performance. Ensure that you are surrounded with focus, tools and resources, accountability, and you will set yourself up for success for 2020.